probably a fun fact on me is that I like to read. I like to read. That's a lost art nowadays. Oh, my great uncle is Jesse Owens. He won 4 gold medals in 1936.
I always want to leave people with this, man, to all the viewers and everybody out there, man. Make sure you guys finish your story. Make sure you guys finish your journey because somebody's going to need it.
Yeah. All you got to do is push the back button. That's all you got to do. Push the back signal.
Try not to think about the future too much so you can maximize the now.
Who's your favorite rap artist?
Man, to be honest, it's crazy. Tupac always been my number one, right? Like he got me through so much stuff, but Lil Wayne has been in the modern day.
I said, what does it really take? What does it really take to be great, Drew? And he looked at me and he was like, you really want to know? And he was like, to be honest, everything you did to get here, you need to be consistent times 10.
Happy Tuesday, everybody out there doing today. This your boy, Coach Lee. Back at it like we're mad at it. Apologize ahead of time. My voice comes in and out, but we're going to fight through this thing. Let's go ahead and bring the crew in here tonight, man. Welcome to the play call sheet. We talk about the news from over the weekend. Different night tonight, but hey, we got to bring the show to our peeps, man. Appreciate y'all. Let's go up to the Northeast to holler at my man, too. Boom. What's up, man?
Yes, sir, man. What's going on? Hey, this is the play call sheet, right?
Yes,
Man,
sir.
don't beat Aaron Rodgers. That's exactly what the Cowboys did this weekend, man. Exactly what they called this weekend, man. Can't beat this man. But it's Tuesday, and I've been able to shake off the madness, you know what I'm saying? And, have a good week, hopefully. Hope everybody does well.
No doubts, man. So we got one more to come on here with us tonight, right?
Yes, sir, man. We got Mr. Rookie of the Year. I don't know, man. He's Rookie of the Year now. On a slump, I'm looking at the STWF Junior League, man. You know what I'm saying? Losses, man. You know, my guy, Will.
Yeah, man. Rookie of the league might be Jake these days. I don't know, man. It's crazy. But
Jake climbing in, man. Those rookie ladders, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's tears, man. There's tears. But yeah, man. I see my Cowboys brothers were ducking yesterday. Nah, I'm messing with y'all.
Nah, we was ducking, bro. You know, hey, I say this, man. If you immediately don't say anything after the game, you ducking. And then you go on ducking. If you notice me yesterday, yeah, exactly. If you notice me Sunday, I said, man, they can't beat Brady or Rodgers. And I might have been knowing.
Yeah, it's just crazy, man.
It's one of them things, man.
It was a weird game.
Great Sunday and great Monday.
Oh, definitely a great Monday. And that's a good segue too. Because Monday Night Football, we had an upset last night.
Coach, we called it on Sunday on the Fantasy Football Inside Show that it may happen. Well, America didn't think it would happen so soon, but the Philadelphia Eagles, them birds got shot down last night, man.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Shout out to the
Bears. And then they got some bad news today. Dallas Goedert is out indefinitely with a shoulder injury.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's crazy.
Yes, sir.
I seen that earlier. I think it was Zach Ertz. I thought they said something about second opinion, but in regard to Zach Ertz, who's also out for the rest of the I think season.
He is.
Dallas Goedert, yeah, that's really tough blow.
That's big because he was killing it in between the hash marks up there. So it allowed them to kind of force. He was in a lot of man coverage because AJ, they're gonna have one on him, one over the top. But they'll probably run a cover 2 most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
Got the speed of DeAndre on the other side. So Goddard was eating in the middle of the field, man. And him not being there, it's gonna be a big blow to him.
Yeah, that's not good for them. Not at all.
But I ain't complaining. I hate to see people get hurt, but hey, it's part of the game. We'll beat up team too.
Yeah, a lot of injuries coming out right now. My man Cup just went down for.
That's huge.
He's on my fantasy team. He's killing me, but that team's tanking anyway now at this point. Not intentionally, they just can't win. But that's not gonna help none. That's his only target, and Stafford's hurt. Everybody hurt.
Anybody hurt Cooper, man, and Cooper's hurt, and you're not gonna blame. I mean, it's football. You can't blame anybody for the injuries, but I'm blaming the Los Angeles Rams on this one. I'm blaming them simply on this one. Overplaying Cup, overusing Cup.
Mm-hmm.
It may be to the extent of the offense because they're not really doing anything, but it's just a tragedy to see him go down. And the fact that you say tanking. Well, we got on the show, we were talking about a couple of things in regards to NBA tanking. Now, they can't tank. They can tank, but nothing.
No picks at all.
No, nothing. So you in Los Angeles, you just can't be the type of team to have a bad season and it all goes away. There's no way it's gonna happen. You're gonna hear it. You know what I'm saying? Good thing the Lakers are hearing it right now. They're not gonna hear it as much as the Rams are, but in the NFL line space for them being the champions last year, yeah, this is gonna blow if they don't make the playoffs or change the season around and cup out. Yeah, may not happen.
Yeah, like I said before, it is common for the loser of the Super Bowl to
hangover.
To have the hangover, and not just the hangover. The loser of the Super Bowl typically starts to break the team down because they feel like they got all the way there and they lost with whatever contract, so they start breaking the team down, and it takes them a little while to build up. This is an awkward change where the Rams threw everything into the basket for last year. Now they got the ring out of it, but at what cost? Because they might be looking at a 5-year turnaround and moving forward now. Like everybody who's good in that team now probably won't be on the resurging version of that team. I don't see. I mean, Cup might stay. I mean, they paid him, but Stafford's at the twilight of his career. Aaron Donald's not going to be there too much longer. Ramsey's he's prime, but like I mean, in his prime, but
he's not the same guy he was 2 years ago.
He's trailing off a little bit too. So
I can see him moving again. I can see them all. But what
I'm saying, I can see if I'm the Rams. If you're the Rams, when do you pull the trigger? Do you go for maybe we can capture lightning in a bottle in free agency for next year? Because this year's done. So what do you do? Do you try to do one more year of this? Like try to squeeze that juice just one more year? Or do you just start selling to get some picks back to rebuild this team? You might have to just start selling, honestly. If I'm the Rams right now, I'm looking at the landscape of the league and I'm like, yeah, this may not be the one. We might have to just start selling our best players and move forward from there.
Absolutely, man. Speaking of selling, man, are you selling or buying the stock in the Philadelphia Eagles after this loss last night?
This loss doesn't bother me other than the fact that they finally lost. And like the truth is, we had said before, we hadn't seen them really beat anybody of note. So I guess, I mean, I just think any given Sunday or Monday in this case, it's football. You can lose a game. They made a few weird decisions during the game, and they turned the ball over, which is exactly what they haven't been doing, which is why they've been winning. So
3 times.
Yeah, and 2 of those were fumbles that, like, you can fix that. Like, what hurt them in this game is them being out of character and doing things that are fixable. So I'm not ready to just be like, nah, well, they are who we thought they are. They're not good. They didn't face anybody good, and now they lost the game. Like, it's a game, man. Like, they still 8-1.
This might be an unpopular opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're gonna win the division.
Ooh, that's interesting.
And to be honest, I don't think Dallas is gonna win the division either.
Uh-oh, Shaggy.
I can see them trash ass Giants slide up in there.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I still can't name a receiver other than Slayton.
Only because they haven't done anything spectacular this year. They just kind of done their thing. They just kind of hang around games. And as we've seen, this year is a defensive year. You don't see a whole lot of big scores. Everybody's rushing. It's almost like it's retro football again. You got people running for 150, 200 yards a game, passing's down. They kind of fits the Giants mold. Now, would I be ecstatic if my boys won? Hell yeah, I would. But I got some stuff we got to fix, man. That we getting beat on the edge. Everybody's saying that it's our interior. It ain't our interior. They running opposite of Tank, and Micah's spending way too much time in the linebacker realm, and they're running right at him.
Right, exactly. I feel like they should have addressed that situation, during the trade deadline. They didn't do that. It's one run back there, and we know where he can really, really be effective at, which is everywhere. But at the same time, man, I would like to see my man, you know what I'm saying, in that front area. But, man, yeah, the Giants are playing good right now. Now, will I say in my mind the Giants can win the division? I mean, hey, the way the Commanders played last night, hey, they could probably put all the teams in the NFC East, man. It's getting around that time.
Chase Young's back now.
Yeah, man. Like you said, this loss for the Eagles doesn't really change the table in terms of the standings like that. They got a little comfortable lead, hey. But at the same time, back to the drawing board. Like what A.J. Brown said last night, the bull crap's over with the undefeated mess because, they probably hearing it all around Philly, and they can get back to reality-based, not chasing no records. Just go out there and play football. But that Dallas Goedert situation for a QB to tight end situation, Jalen Hurts, I know, shout out to the tight ends, man. So I love the tight end position. When the QB's not as good as people think he could be, the tight end kind of helps him out. Dallas Goedert did big loss.
Safety blanket.
Let me throw this out there real fast for y'all. So what I saw, and the reason why I say Philly's in trouble, I'm willing to sell it, is the blueprint with Philly. If you've got not necessarily a defensive line, but D tackles, that takes away a lot of the draws they like to run. That keeps Hurts from spreading you out and hitting you right up the gut with his runs. And the one thing that I did notice last night is when they did that RPO wasn't as effective as it was.
Yeah.
Washington has a very good defensive line, and it kind of pissed me off to see Ridgeway in there balling too, because he was here on his practice squad. And they get, like I said, getting Chase Young back, and I think that's the blueprint for them. A.J. Brown only had one catch for 7 yards last night.
Yeah.
Let that sink in.
That cat's not winnable.
And I think because the RPO sets up everything else that they do. Just like with Green Bay, if they can blitz you with the run, the play action pass come into play. That's why they were so effective Sunday. Philly, also on the run side, on their defensive side, they really missed Davis because they are getting gashed up the middle now. But I think, are they invincible like some people like in Philly probably thought they were? No, not any means by that. But you got to think now they're about to come back around through the NFC East again for a second time. They might get beat up going through the second time around now.
Yeah, there's definitely a blueprint now to beat them. What I will say is, I don't know every team they're gonna face can do that to them because, like we pointed out, Washington got a nice line, man. That was supposed to be the pride and joy of that team coming into the season. With Chase, whenever Chase got back, we were like, yeah, that team's real on the line. So, yeah, I don't know if every team is going to be able to execute that way, but some of the teams they're going to have to deal with, yeah, they a couple, like, I'm pretty sure the Giants could do that to them defensively with that line.
So, their next, here's their schedule. They got the Colts. And Jonathan's getting healthy. They got the Packers. You saw what they just did Sunday. They will run it if they have to.
Yeah.
They got the Titans. Enough said there. They got the Giants and Saquon.
They're gonna run it.
They got the Bears that lead the league in rushing. They got Dallas.
Their running game, that's for sure.
Yeah, man. They're
gonna have to bat down the hatches for sure.
So they're about to get tested on the defensive line.
It's so funny what a game does because we looked at the same exact schedule for the last couple of weeks when we doing the number one team and we're like, they can do that, they can win that, they can win that. Now it ain't looking so hot. It's funny how that works.
Exactly, man.
How Taylor Heineke in some glossy chains, you know what I'm saying? It could change the whole
Blinged up
vibe,
last night.
man. They loving that bling bling now, man. Shout
I'll
out
tell
to
you this.
last night. You know, Kirk Cousins, him, Adam Schefter's old behind. You know, shout out to them, man. The brand,
Yeah.
man.
I'll tell you this. If I'm Taylor Heineke in the offseason, I'm telling Redskins to go fly a kite. Yeah, because they keep benching him and he keep coming back and winning games for them. Like yo, y'all better stop
He
acting
wasn't
like
bad last year.
nah,
He was-
he's Fitzpatrick all over again. Put that man in the game.
I pay him. I pay him.
You got to.
I pay him. I
Hey,
demand the
Wentz.
bag now.
Hey, Wentz.
I
man.
demand the bag. Like I demand, and I don't.
Give me my money.
In the situation between backup QB money and starting QB money, I want Taysom Hill money. And I don't play
Yeah.
all positions. I want Taysom Hill money because I'm
Mhm.
valuable to this team when you need me.
Yeah.
So that's we know what Taysom Hill got.
Yeah.
So
You gotta pay him, man.
you
He's
got to pay that for real, man.
yeah, he's balling for them, man.
And for Wentz, where's he go?
I think they keep thinking he gonna fly his own kite. That man's done. How many stops do you get before people just like, yeah, that's it. Your career's over. You're a backup.
Yeah. It's his third team in 3 years.
He's Andy Dalton now. That's just he got to back up. Maybe he'll get one more shot like Mariota did. That team annoys me too. They wasted my guy Pitcher's career.
Yeah.
It's another comment. That's another conversation.
They're giving all the shine to Cordell Patterson. No disrespect to Cordell. Cordell get busy, but it's like man, Cordell.
And then they drafted London, and he steals all Pitcher's goal line touches. So
Right, exactly.
you got a 6'6" monster who runs a 4.4, and you motherfuckers don't pass him the ball. Excuse my French. Like
we all grown.
they passed to him like 8 times, and he caught 2 balls, and then I'm seeing some of the other passes, and I'm like, Mariota, what are you doing? Like how do you overthrow a guy with a catch radius the size of an elephant? I don't understand.
So let's look at some news of the day. The one that kind of jumped out to me is it's pretty safe to say, I got to knock my man every chance I get. Ahead of time, what's up, Dominique? So it's pretty safe to say. So the Raiders, 3-6 now?
3-6.
No, 2-7.
Yeah, 2-7.
Oh, it's even worse.
It's a nightmare over there. Yeah. They're selling.
So I preface that by saying they just got beat by a team whose head coach was sitting in the studio this time last week.
Mm-hmm.
First time in history that somebody tweeted a negative thing about a team and then went out and beat them in the next week.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, what's going on, Coach Truck, man? Shout out to you, man. Tuning in tonight. Appreciate you. Yeah, man. Raiders, chop them up. Derek Carr on the podium, showing crazy emotion. And I understand where he's coming from, but not even you, Derek Carr, can end this ship or turn it right. No crap. You can't.
No, that emotion.
You can't.
That emotional interview was a very touching resume.
You know what stuck out to me
goes next
on this statement? He spoke to the environment and the demeanor in the locker room.
Mm-hmm.
He felt like, and that goes back to the head coach. The head coach sets that tone. If it's not him directly, who is he putting in charge to run that locker room? Who's been identified to keep everybody in line? It's like everybody's just doing their own thing. That's why they can't get marching orders and go forward. And hey, I said it when it happened. I am not a McDaniels fan. He's better served being offense coordinator for for the Patriots. That's his thing. But head coach, he showed me all I need to know
when he
was
failed.
Denver. Yeah, miserable.
Not even Denver, because if you if you want to, you can chalk up the Denver run as he tied inexperienced, but he tied himself from day one to the Tebow pick. Right. So if you make that mistake, you could be like, well, everything went downhill from there, and we have to understand that. But he showed me everything. And like you said, this is a culture thing in the locker room. So we're not even talking about X's and O's. In Denver, it was X's and O's with the wrong players. But here, the real problem, I think everything we needed to know is when he left the coach at the altar, I think we learned exactly who he was that day. And we were like, oh, okay. And I think even if he's a great coach, I think the rest of the league learned who he was that day. And I don't think you can't let that guy that did that come in and expect him to run a locker room. As a star player, I'm gonna be like, no, you got the loyalty like of a goldfish. Get out of here, bro. Like we're not doing this.
They keep bringing this toxic stuff into the locker room. Now, people can say whatever they want about John Gruden, but I feel like that was old school. I mean, he just dealt with new school players. Old school style, new school players, sometimes it happens. Unfortunately for him, he couldn't finish his stint because he got into some trouble. But just bringing the wrong coaches in, man. Shout out to the coach for taking that ring back from the altar. You know what I'm saying? Because Josh McDaniels did him dirty. The way I see it is, man, the NBA the NFL picking on the Raiders this year. They're picking on the Raiders. They don't want the Raiders to win. It's kind of like you said, the gods from up high are, you know what I'm saying, doing Josh McDaniels for what he did to the Cold Crush. You know what I'm saying?
I'm going to blame it on Dominique.
Blame it on Dominique too. Blame it on all these niggas
throwing all that negative energy out there in the universe.
Yeah. Blame it on them for moving their team. Blame them moving their team from Oakland to Vegas.
Hold on. I got to address the elephant in the room real fast. Patrick, shout out to your Redskins, Commanders, whatever you want to call them. They did their thing last night. They balled. You already missed it. We already talked about them. But you can't say that because you talking about you was a Ravens fan.
No,
hold on, we're gonna tag that again. How about the Redskins? Now you want to be a Redskins fan? Don't be a fan.
Shout out to my guy, man.
Shout out to one and only Commander fans, in the fan base, in the group. Shout out to Patrick, always supporting, always commenting, always showing him up.
See, what happened was
Ravens now. Oh yeah,
yo, Reed's all over the place. Get him out of here, man. Pick a bandwagon and stay on.
I don't know.
That's true.
I don't know if that is or Josh Orson. Shout out to Josh Orson. Shout out to my man. He said that he wrote in a post last night. I wouldn't be shocked if the Commanders won. The Commanders won. He said, I said that the Commanders are going to win. No. You wouldn't be shocked in saying they're going to win. They're two different things, man. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't know, man. People, that is the thing. If you have confidence in the team that's the underdog that's going to win, scream it out loud. Don't be in the closet with it. Don't be in the closet with it. When I said the Bills were going to be the Patriots, I said that. That was real.
Yeah, say it with your chest, man.
Say it with your chest, man. Hey, Patrick, if you're a Ravens fan, say it with your chest, man. DMV, man. No, you didn't say Commandos, man? Come on, man. You got to ride with the wave. Jay-Z about to be the new owner soon. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have that team bumping. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, night.
Hey, real quick. I was looking at something, my mind be all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a news part of it. We were talking about the Rams earlier.
Yeah.
Next year, they don't have a first round draft pick next year.
Nope.
The Lions have that.
Oh, good for the Lions. They're the one team that won't do anything good with it.
Giants have a better record. The Lions have a better record than the Rams at the end of the season?
Probably.
Hold on. You talk about Geno Smith and Russell Wilson and all this crap. Yeah. Dan Campbell. Take his bid. Take McVay's bid.
They don't have a first, they don't have a fourth, and they don't have a fifth.
Jeez.
They sold for the Super Bowl last year.
They sold. Los Angeles, the whole city of Los Angeles they sold for rings. And we're seeing all Los Angeles teams, what they're dealing with right now. And
I think they're hurt. I think they're hurt for the next draft too. I don't think they have everything for the next draft as well. I didn't check though, but they like I said, they put all the eggs into one basket, and they had a good Easter, and that was it. Like they're not gonna and where do they rebuild from? Like their pockets. It's not like they have a bunch of cap space.
That's the thing too. You're gonna have to start shredding contracts, sign players. You know what I'm saying? The restructure. You're already dealing with a bunch of divas already. You know, after you just sign people money, try to pull what the Bucks did and bring the whole team back. You know what I'm saying? Push that a little more. You know, you just this is football. This is what it is. And if Sean McVay and them didn't know that at all, they know now. But I know damn well they knew this. They knew that there's probably like one opportunity to do it. You cash it now. In my mind, you're kind of like, let's see if we can do it again because, you know, the names look good on paper. But like I said, they getting older. I said this in the beginning of the season. I said they getting older. You're going to rely on that defense to try to win you games because Matthew Stafford, you know, gave you a blessing last year. But I don't think he's going to do that this season. Or it's terrible right now.
Looking at their cap situation for next year, Kupp is going to be there, obviously. Aaron Donald's going to have to be there because if not, he's a $44 million cap hit. Jalen Ramsey is going to still be there. He's a $32 million cap hit. As far as dead, and this is dead money. Leonard Floyd, $19 million dead money cap hit.
Yeah, you might be able to move that one.
And then after that, it's a whole bunch of average guys in there. Allen Robinson, $26 million.
So it's signing guys.
So they're very top heavy.
They gotta start signing old heads for the minimum, hoping that the old guys can throw some spark. You know what I'm saying? Hard village.
It was crazy. What's crazy? None of those guys right now are lighting it up. They're just playing through the motions right now. Yeah, they're in a bad spot. Like I said, they're in a spot where like they got the ring. Was it worth it? Yeah. I mean, most
time will tell. Well, if they can rebound in the next 3, 4, 5 years, then yeah. But if this is something where we're looking like 7, 8, 9 years from now, and the same thing's happening, I wouldn't have did that.
I don't know though. Here's the thing: how many teams are bad or not contending for 7 or 8, 9 years anyway? So they got a ring out of it.
That's true.
Yeah. I mean,
that's true. I digress.
So, I mean, they got a ring out of it, and yeah, it might cost them. Now, where it hurts is didn't they just build a new stadium and everything there? Like,
yeah,
that's not ideal. I mean, you got a ring out of it, and now you're in a brand new place, and you're just gonna ride that out.
And that's why they left in the first place.
Yeah,
LA, if you ain't winning, they not coming.
Yeah. It's not good.
I feel like with Sean McVay's pedigree, it was worth it. You overgassed him though, saying he can win multiple championships and all that. And I mean, for his sake, hey, I want a ring. But like you said, the whole citywide, and you put him in that, no, you wanted more. You wanted way more, or at least another one. Not gonna say 3, 4, 5, 6, but you definitely wanted another one. And if you don't sniff another one in the next, if you don't sniff another one by I'll say the end of the decade, end of the decade, then yeah, there's trouble.
Yeah, I mean, Tomlin's still living off one. How many years ago?
Aaron's still living off it.
Aaron's living off one.
Aaron's living off his half chip. You know what I'm saying?
One in certain places, one to carry
yeah, man, it's a lot. NFL, like you have to, as seasons go, man, for anybody playing any position, you have to do something like
NFL, not for long.
Not for long, man. Because man, you need a lot of plays on the clock.
So speaking not for long, our second part of the news segment. 2, I'm gonna start with you, Fran. How did you feel about the 4th down gamble in overtime that McCarthy did?
I don't like it. He gave the game to Green Bay, but I'm not going to give into the reason that's why we lost the game. No team up 14 points, riding momentum. After Green Bay had the momentum the whole game, you just gave momentum back. So his spur of, it's Green Bay and we're playing against the win. No, we're going for the win. Doesn't matter if it's snowing, win, or whatever. You go for the win. We haven't beat this team in I don't know how long. Aaron Rodgers is 8-2 now against us.
2016, the last time.
Baloney? You gonna hit me with that baloney? Just say, hey, the NFL made us a scapegoat this week, for the Packers to beat us, and I had to do that because we were driving, and then a couple penalties, bonehead. It's crap, man. Everything went wrong in that game, and then everybody was talking to the referees, and regardless the referees did, we wouldn't even been in that situation if we did what we had to do and close the game out, run the damn ball. You want to be? I don't know the thing with Dak Prescott, and then Jalen Hurts did a little bit of this last night. Like, I don't know, certain coaches have these black QBs like, oh, we're just going to have you throw the ball now. We're just going to have you throw the ball now. No, both of us keep working. Run the damn football. You see what Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles started running the football? You see what happened when the Commanders ran the football? They won the game. Run the football.
When Aaron Rodgers come to the league?
Aaron Rodgers came to the league 2005 or 6? 5.
So he's only lost 3 times to Dallas.
Yeah, good.
And the last time was 2016, and the time before that, we're talking about early Aaron Rodgers in 2008, 2007.
That doesn't happen, man. It doesn't happen. It then makes everything just go crazy. Like, you turn in like Kellen Moore, and goes to Kellen Moore too. Like, don't switch up the playbook.
Hey, man, Kellen Moore after this season, he needs to just ride out, man. I'm tired of looking at, and you know, I look at a lot of stuff on social media. I interact with a lot of people. I like to talk, I like to talk chalkboard talk. And the thing that was kind of frustrating me is Dak was getting a lot of blame for the 2 interceptions too, especially the one in the red zone. And if you go back and look at that though, does Dak take some blame sometimes? Yeah, he had some bad games, but both those picks Sunday. What was the biggest thing that a lot of Dallas fans had to knock about Dak? And anticipate his throws. He was trying to throw once people get open.
Mm-hmm.
This year, like, he worked on that. He's throwing the spots this year. You can't be a wide receiver and let a safety cross your face on the route.
Yeah, you can't. You got to cut him off.
CeeDee Lamb, you can't do that. CeeDee Lamb's playing great. CeeDee Lamb's playing great, but you can't do that. You got to be a dog. You got to be like Justin Jefferson on Sunday or Diggs on Sunday. You got to be like a receiver. When you're the number 1 receiver, you're the dog. You got to be a dog. In situations like that, you got to say, this is mine. I'm moving this thing.
Even if you got to take an offensive pass interference, that's a lot better than a pick.
You got to be 88, playmaker.
And this is why, though, CeeDee Lamb didn't get that call. CeeDee Lamb didn't get that call. If CeeDee Lamb was playing like Randy Moss, not forever, but it's in that game, yeah, he would have got that call. But the way you go about stuff sometimes is like, and then Dak ends up on the float because Dak's the quarterback. But at the same time, I feel like they be switching Dak up sometimes. You know what I'm saying? You don't get the same Dak every game because Dallas is always doing something ridiculous to change the game around for him. You know what I'm saying? No.
Run the damn ball. Y'all got 2 great running backs in a good line. Run the damn ball.
This is what I don't like about Mike McCarthy, man. There's some situations. Kellen Moore's still young. He was just suited up like, 5-6 years ago? And if he sees a trend, like they're not running like they should be, he needs to go and speak and say, hey, man, we need to go back to the game plan. They have to have the line of communication. Just like the offense coordinator is talking to the quarterback on the field, the head coach need to be talking to both his coordinators to get a feel of what's going on. You can't be totally hands off like that. And I think sometimes with him being inexperienced that he is, he needs to have somebody in his ear. And I think that's why he did somewhat decent when the Clapper was here, because at times he would probably say something to him.
Yeah.
But now it's like it's his offense. He was already here. Like, no, man, McCarthy, you should be coaching like every game is your last game, man. I don't agree with the going for it on 4th down. I don't agree with that play.
The play they ran, I don't mind going for it, but they ran. I don't know what they were running.
Yeah, if that was me, I would have spread out. You going pass? I ran a 4 or 5 wide.
Yeah, open
up that field, pick and choose, run some layers.
Yeah, they got cute. They got color. They got color more cute, and that's the problem. They got to stop. This ain't Boise State, bro. He needs to figure that out. Like, run the ball.
And like Two spoke to, I don't want to hear about that's why we lost the game. No, we lost the game because we was about 14 and let them come back.
Which is the first time in, I think, 195 games ever for y'all.
Yep. You are correct.
It's terrible. I'm sitting here like, this is how you're going to end my Sunday? You're going to end my Sunday like this. Like, come on, man. And
ruin my dinner, man.
The last 4 Packers Cowboys games I actually haven't been able to watch in full. because I've been at work or running home, you know, to watch the rest of the game, and I was there in my seat. I'm like, word, I'm about to do Aaron Rodgers touchdown, because I had Aaron Rodgers had to pick him up in one of my fantasy leagues, and so I'm sitting there like,
I remember you talking about
that's the Aaron Rodgers touchdown. I said, dog, they did not have to tie the game up. There's no way they did not tie the game up. You know, so in all, man, all teams, man.
The rookie had himself a night finally. Watson showed up.
He did. He went off. He went off, and goddamn Mason Crosby came out there, and he sealed off fate right down the middle, like he's done time and time again.
My man had 4 catches and 3 touchdowns. Man, that's like Randy Moss night
against the Cowboys.
Yeah, against the Cowboys. Thanksgiving.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy is Rodgers only threw the ball 20 times.
Yeah, I kept seeing that. Like we were well into like the third, and he had like 15 attempts. I'm like, what is happening right now? Like, this is the most. But I knew he threw the 3 touchdowns because I was at the bar having a meal with my homie, and I keep looking up, and whenever his stat line would show him, like it was like 10 for like 12 or 10 for 13. I'm like, yo, they're not throwing the ball at all. No. They're doing it. They're running it down their throat, and yeah, that's gonna. So the same way that the Eagles got to clean up that run defense, the Cowboys got some work to do too.
The Packers, Aaron Jones averaged 5.8 yards a carry.
Yeah,
AJ Dillon averaged 5 yards a carry.
Yeah, they were in your secondary before anybody was touching them.
But you know what's crazy though? They ran it 39 times for 207 yards, 5.3 as a team.
Interesting.
Dallas only ran it 31 times, and they averaged 5.1 a carry, with Malik Davis averaging 7.6 a carry.
Right, and there's a lot of stuff. You got to stop doing that. You got to stop doing that.
That's on the OC.
So definitely on the OC. I was pissed off. I was tight.
And the last segment of the news for the day, how excited are you guys about Watson has been cleared to practice with the Browns?
Oh, Deshaun Cosby, man, coming up, man. Is it week 11?
Got him again. I knew it was coming. That's why I didn't drink nothing, because I knew it was coming.
He's coming back. Oh, yeah, the Jello. Come back.
Oh, God.
Hey, the Jello.
The Jello pudding, man.
Hey, the Cleveland fans, I just can't wait for the media, the fans, everybody, you know, anticipating his first game, watching him play, man. That's going to be something right there, you know, and it's not about that at the end of the day. It's about how he can rejuvenate his career. He's going to have to. It's not in the case of he did bad on the football field. You know, this is a very bad situation off the field for him, and takes a lot of your mental away from the game. So want to see if he can rejuvenate his career on that stature. You know, he's a lovable guy, lovable man. You know, the way he was going about himself was kind of like he was going to be, you know, I always tell you, like, when I see him in the commercials as a young kid with Warwick Dunn, I was like, this dude's probably A-solified. And then this whole thing just dragged him all the way to the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So how can he? Football-wise, he probably can. But as a general person in the world, how can you gain that image back? How can you gain that comfortably to I don't know. It's kind of like Mike Vickish. So,
winning cures a lot of stuff.
Kills a lot of ills.
I'm gonna say this. As I don't condone anything he did, obviously. He needs to. Hopefully, he got the proper help for mentally to move on from that. I hope he would continue to work on himself and become a better person. As far as football, I want to see him rebuild and come back to what he was and get better too. But I'm gonna come at this from a different angle, fellas. I feel bad for Jacoby. I like Jacoby, man, and I know he's not winning them a whole bunch of games, but you know, I don't know that Watson's gonna do it either. Not right away. So you know, it's gonna be interesting. Jacoby, the journeyman. I want to see where he goes next.
Hold on. When you're a Patriots backup, you're going to get a job anyway. Zach Bates going to be in the same boat. You know, when he's looking for jobs. The Patriot backup QBs, because of the situation they have to deal with all the time, they're going to find jobs. Jacoby Brissett, all around the guy. He'll find himself a backup.
He's just a good dude, man. I like him. He's a good locker room guy, man. I like the guy. So I'm a little like, he about to lose his job to, like you said, Jello pudding, man. And I'm a little upset for Jacoby. But nah, in all seriousness, Watson, man, zapping, yeah. Watson's gonna be it's gonna be interesting because that team has Cooper. They got a running game, they got a line, and they got it's not a great defense, but they got pieces on the defense. So it'd be interesting to see. I want to see what their record finishes at after he comes back. Like what can Watson, how many wins can we get out of Watson, do you think?
He can sling them. He can sling. They can sling 3. They could be a team that I feel like can spoil a playoff berth.
Yeah, I can see that. Wreck some playoffs for somebody else.
Right. Yeah. Wreck the Bengals. Chances of a wild card game at home or Baltimore's. I can see them doing that.
He's back when, next week or this week?
Week after. He might be back Thanksgiving.
Yeah, he's allowed to practice this week. He's allowed to play the week.
Okay, so he won't play. So they play the Bills on Sunday.
Oh, he plays against the Texans. First game back against the Texans.
It's Texans. Yeah, the NFL did that on purpose.
TV. He's about to blow the Texans. Nah, I don't know. They might let the Texans win that game. You know what I'm saying?
Nah, they're not gonna let you can't will Davis Mills to win a game. Like, he's all right, but they're not good enough.
So they got the Texans. That's a winnable game. They got the Bengals.
Winnable game. They just swag.
The Ravens.
Still winnable. They got no receivers over there right now.
The Saints.
That's an easy win.
The Commanders.
That line's crazy, and then they're getting Chase back, and Taylor gonna Taylor. So we'll see. That's a fight.
Game.
That's finished with the Steelers.
And that's a win. Pickens, his numbers don't look great, but Pickens is having an influence on that team somehow.
He'll be hard as the season.
Not Pickens, the quarterback. What's his name?
Pickett.
They're the same fucking name almost.
Yeah.
No, Pickens will get better as the season goes by. Pittsburgh definitely just needed this year to know that they're not as superior as these other teams, but they're not by any means taking. They're out there playing competitively hard and trying to go out of that Pittsburgh style.
They're playing for a coach's job, I think.
Hey, this man, I don't think they're playing for Tomlin's job this year. Maybe
look, Unc was saying this, and I know if he was here right now, he'd be like, "See," but he might have been right because it might be his seat might not be hot, but
it's warm.
They turn the heat on that for sure. It's warm, yeah.
I would only say it's warm and all that just because of how long he's been coaching there and how new the game's becoming. Like that's the only reason why I wouldn't say it all how they're playing. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't. It's a new era coming in. It's a new breed coming in. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's had multiple good teams. I mean, the destruction of AB and Le'Veon Bell would have been the demise of most coaches in his spot. And he was still able to coach and do all the extra stuff he was doing. So I think if it's going to be a year, it'll be next year as the team. If they're good next year with Pickett now in the helm, maybe they go get some new people for Pickett, or just the team in general. But in terms of because they're losing this year, nah. If they're losing next year, maybe. But nah. He'll be good growing next year. He'll be cool next
year. Yeah, his job is secure. So let's take our first break for the night. We'll be back in about 15, 20.
Let's get it.
Yeah, hold tight.
What's up, guys? It's your boy Gritty checking in. This Friday I'm live with STWF Media, man. Little interview coming soon with everybody. Y'all tune in, man. We got some big coming. Let's get it.
And we're back, fellas.
Back at it.
Back at it like we're mad at it. Mm-hmm. This is actually probably one of my favorite parts of this particular show. Let's take a look at the NFL divisions in detail.
Bro.
So Starting with the AFC East, Miami's leading at 7-3.
How did that happen?
They won 4 in a row.
Tua
Jets,
experiment is working.
the Jets are second at 6-3. Buffalo's at number 3 at 6-3. And New England is just a game back at 5-4.
My Pats got above 500, y'all.
Yes.
Hold on. You know the crazy thing is? The playoffs started today. All 4 teams in the AFC East would be in the playoffs.
Is that so? Let me see.
I believe so.
Wait, yeah. No, he's right.
All 4 AFC East teams would be in the playoffs right now, with the Patriots having the 7th and final playoff spot via wild card. If the season ended today, but the season doesn't end today. And it's going to be funny in this division because, I mean, obviously, you know, there's going to be some teams that don't make it, but the matchups are more meaningful. They mean something. The divisional games mean something because you look at the division, Buffalo hasn't won a division game. Haven't won a division game yet. So coming around the horse, they're going to be looking to win division games. They're going to be looking to those division games being those games because they've lost to teams like the Vikings and who else they lose to? Miami and the Jets. They're going to be looking to, you know, for those extra games, man. So they can't slip. They can't slip because these other teams are coming up via Buffalo's mistakes. That's why this whole conference coming. Tua, man. Shout out to Tua, too. Shout out to the Miami.
What's weird?
Right now. It's not weird at all. But
right now, looking at the postseason odds, New England has a better chance to make the playoffs than the Jets.
Yeah, they got it at 60 versus 59. I mean,
yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, crazy.
That's Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick got that deciding vote.
Yeah, that's the hoodie. That's the hoodie factor.
Right.
Yeah,
that's the hoodie
power
factor.
of the coach there.
Yeah.
AFC North, Baltimore's at 6-3. Cincinnati's at 5-4. Cleveland's at 3-6. Pittsburgh's at 3-6.
Race to the finish, man. I feel like it's going to be Baltimore, Cincinnati, mixed with some Deshaun Watson. You can't underestimate that QB coming into that lineup. Just the aura of it. You know, we don't know how he's going to play, but it's going to be very interesting. The thing is here is that we know Baltimore's horrible with injuries, but at a certain point, last year I felt like as the season was going, every week they was getting hit with injuries. So it's kind of like mentally you can't get going.
Right.
This year, they had this year injuries. You know, NFL happens, you might have an injury here and there, but they're able to still have momentum. So I just think that Baltimore will be the number 1 team in this division at the end. I'm not going to give that to Cincinnati. I think this is what they're going to be. I don't know if they're going to be in the AFC Championship game or be able to compete at that level, but hey, this is Lamar Jackson. This is the Baltimore Ravens, and this is how they're going to come play against you every week. You got to be prepared for it. Anything can happen. This is a team that in the playoffs, on any given Sunday, when the Bills or the Chiefs or any of these dominant teams you think in the AFC right now, the Ravens can beat them on that any given Sunday.
That's true.
That's the team they are.
And he's getting
they can lose to you
back this week too.
Yeah, this is it's just interesting, man. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm looking at the Cleveland. I mean, yeah, they can get a couple games, but I don't see them coming back. Cincy, I think Cincy's going to bounce back once they get used to playing. Chase. Well, once they get used to playing without Chase, and then they'll get Chase back eventually. Baltimore, I'm worried about Baltimore, man. I know you just talked about the injuries and how they usually are injured, but it's Andrews down, Bateman's gone for the foreseeable future. Their number 1 receiver probably right now is Duvernay, and I like him, but man, that team is struggling at wideout. And like it's one thing like last year when they were struggling at wideout at times, they still had Andrews, his safety blanket. They don't have that right now. So the rookie Lively is solid, but I don't know if he's enough to bridge that gap. Somehow they're still 6-3. I don't even understand really all the injuries.
Solid overall football, man. I think it's the brand overall solid football. I mean,
yeah, they run the ball well and they defend. Their defense is playing great this year. And then you look at like, I wonder what the Chargers are gonna do. Denver and Vegas are done. They pack it up. They can pack it up. Indy's interesting now with I don't know, the surge of. They should be tanking, but it doesn't look like they're gonna now. So
They lost Leonard for the season today, though.
yeah, they did lose Leonard. That's a. Yeah, Darius is down.
Out of the lineup.
Yeah. Back surgery.
Yeah, he's out. So it's over for that guy. Man, yes. Man, this AFC East ended up being the cream of the crop, besides the NFC East.
Yeah.
Yeah, it may end up being it may be in the AFC East. They're gonna have to all come out and play until week 17. It looks like.
I can't believe
18.
We're just a game behind Buffalo now.
Yeah,
as a Patriot fan, that's because they lost 2 straight and we won 2 straight. So, man, the turnaround's quick. I can't believe this is all nuts. Miami's at the top of this. This is madness, man. Tua is playing great football. That team is just. I watched the breakdown of the Dolphins, man, and don't get me wrong, Tua was solid, but this man is throwing to wide open speed demons. It's crazy. Like they scheme open those guys at a level that dude McDaniels is a crazy coach. It's not Josh. Yeah.
So in the where we stop at? Oh yeah. So you think Tennessee can make it in North? They're leading in AFC South at 6-3.
Well, you gotta always leave room for them to do something because they have that running game and a solid defense. But
it travels.
Yeah, it travels well. The problem is Tannehill doesn't travel well. So
that's shame on them, though. To me, I'm a huge Vrabel fan.
Mm-hmm.
From a coaching perspective, dude's been lights out since he got there.
Agreed.
He we all know that this is a quarterback-based league. If you don't have a decent quarterback, you don't have a chance.
Yeah, and
he's been producing.
Yeah, it's the problem is they thought we could take Tannehill, who's already overachieving the last couple of years, and then take away a guy like AJ Brown and hope he just does the same.
I don't get that one. I don't get that one at all.
Crazy. I don't understand that at all. So
only thing I have to ask is what happened in that locker room to make them want to get rid of him.
Whatever it was that and the combination of the fact that they thought that they had a solid pick in a receiver heavy draft, but Treylon Burks from the moment he got there apparently was just like, oh, this is hard work. Like I'm not a hard worker. So
ain't that the guy that threw up in his first practice?
First practice threw up and was like, this is too hard. Like, what do you buy? We just drafted you in the first round, kid. Get out there. Run more laps. What are you doing? Like you see, he's supposed to come in like his game is supposed to be similar to AJ's. He's supposed to come in and take AJ's spot. This man's over there throwing up. AJ's a specimen, so
he is
not the same guy. You guys didn't get the mentality right. You got the frame maybe and the skill set, but there were some other good wideouts out there too, and they didn't take those guys. They took him. So.
Yeah, man, it's just the way Tennessee rocks, man. I'm used to seeing. I mean, you can shout that Tennessee Titans team of '99 made the Super Bowl, but for the most part, I mean, these years that they got good receivers, but for the most part, they got mediocre guys, and that's just the organization reason. They didn't want to pay AJ Brown. There's an organization reason. They paid Derrick Henry, but hey, they paid Eddie George too. And Tannehill's no McNair, but I mean, they paid him. So it's an organization thing. I don't think it's necessarily a Mike Vrabel thing at all. South of Mike, I just think it's an organization thing.
It is. You can name their great receivers on one hand over the last 2 decades. Like I'm thinking like Dyson, Yancey Thigpen way back. Yeah, Yancey Thigpen, Dyson, like Derek Mason. And now they had Moss for a hot second at the end of his career. I'm running out of names now. Like
they don't kind of. They had someone sitting in their lap and AJ Brown, and they gave him up. Gave him up because they didn't want to pay him $20 million a year. When they're gonna eventually have to pay if they want to go find a receiver, all these receivers a week, at 24, 25 mil. So doesn't really make sense if you could have kept AJ Brown.
If you know you have a subpar quarterback, why would you take his weapons away from him?
Yeah, and then also you draft another quarterback who has accuracy issues, which means a guy like AJ would help that out.
Yep.
Yeah, confusing.
Great point.
Confusing.
Kansas City, pretty safe to say they're going to win the West.
They're gonna coast.
You know what's surprising though? Is the Chargers, bad as they've played, they're only 2 games back.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at. Like, that's a weird situation. The Chargers, they also been injured too, like, which isn't saying much because those receivers are always hurt. Eckler's he's a workhorse, but my man, that's why everybody goes nuts about Herbert, because he starts the season off with 2 elite receivers, and then by like week 3, he's throwing the guys you can't name every year. It's like it's crazy. He's throwing like Palmer, and I don't know. He's nice, but yeah, that team. Also, there's no chance that they already played Denver and Vegas twice, so they probably got a game each with both of those teams in their division.
You got the Chiefs for the second time on Sunday.
Well, that game they're probably going to lose. But I'm saying if they get to play Denver again and Vegas again, that's 2 more wins. Like Chargers are looking like they're in okay shape to at least make the playoffs.
They get Mike potentially and Keenan back this week. They both was at practice today.
Yeah. And what's up with Bosa?
I don't know, but they just lost 2 defenders. I believe in Sunday's game.
Who said that team was cursed? I can't remember who said it, but they might be right.
They may be cowboyish. Maybe cowboyish, as I say, man.
The team gets hurt a lot.
Team gets hurt a lot. But hey, it'll be good to have a Sunday night game against Kansas City, and both of your star receivers are coming back, so it'll help you in that department. Always look for fireworks in them games between the Chiefs and the Chargers. Maybe we get one of those on Sunday. Maybe they, pull a rabbit out the hat and beat the Chiefs. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it right here on this.
Here we go.
The Chargers will beat the Chiefs on Sunday. Justin Herbert will be the best QB between the 2 on the field this Sunday. Him and Patrick Mahomes. I'm writing it down right now.
There you go. Okay.
HSO. Hot sports opinion.
It's not even that. That's the 2 Kwon guarantee.
Yeah, guarantee. Just
that's the bucket.
Herbert's gonna carve this Chiefs defense up. I think the Chiefs need a carving. Chiefs defense has been, riding high, most of the year.
Oh, they're beatable though. They're very beatable.
That's what I'm saying. They're beatable. I need to see somebody. I mean, you see the Chiefs do it in week 2.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But that game went another way for some reason. But
y'all see my guy score his first touchdown of the year and first touchdown for the Chiefs.
Man. And
my
then
guy Tony.
Disrespectful.
He hopped all the way in. Yeah, he's a fool for that. But people don't realize, and they're gonna come to see that they stole like an ace receiver in that pick right there.
I can see him being the guy that they throw long to for the rest of the year.
Oh, he's not as fast as Hill, but he does other things better than Hill does in terms of like his route running is crazy and his hands are legit.
His yaks too.
Yeah, his yak is crazy. Yeah, I mean, like again, like Hill's yak is just, but like he got the wiggle to him. He can move, man. He's gonna watch y'all. Y'all gonna see Tony. Tony was a steal for them.
I got him in 3 leagues.
So do I. Yeah.
So NFC East. Who do y'all think is going to win that division?
Oh, the NFC East, the surprise of the year, huh? Man, Coach, I think you might have stumbled upon something a little earlier, and you might be right. It might be the Giants, man. It just might be the Giants. They have to eventually get. So Golladay came back, dropped 2 passes, and got benched. That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Hit him right in the gut. If he'd have caught that one where he was running, when he's dragging, he'd probably still be running right now.
Yeah, for real. That's crazy.
I think the Giants fall flat.
Okay.
my prediction. I don't know how that does in terms of the standings for the playoffs. I think they fall flat. I think Dallas's chance to win this division. We'll find out Sunday. Vikings. And I'll give you my opinion after that game. If they lose against the Vikings on Sunday, there's no way they're going to win this division.
Who, the Giants?
No, the Cowboys.
Or the Cowboys?
The Cowboys. Giants. The Giants are going to fall off, I feel. But if they don't fall off, they do have a chance to win the division. But I think still, I feel like Philly will still prime that division up.
What time's that Dallas Vikings game?
Dallas Vikings. Ooh, that might be a 4:25.
What time?
Yeah, I think that's a game of the week.
You're about to get smoked.
No, we're not.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah, hold on. We got
time.
now.
Prime time.
You have to remember.
It's not prime time. It's not prime. No. It's not the 8:00 game, and it's not Monday.
No. But it's Fox.
It is Fox. It is Fox.
It's like a night game. No, but not even that. Shout out to Kirk Cousins. That's my guy. Shout out to Kirk playing not excellent football, but playing enough for his team to win. You got to go through those hurdles. You got to go through stuff. Even if you throw your picks and all that, you can't let that get you down. Your team keeps you in the game. You make that back up to him. Kirk Cousins did that on Sunday. I think overall, they played so miraculous and miraculously up there in Buffalo that I think they used all that juice in Buffalo. And now Dallas, you got them guys off a high, blow it.
No,
blow it high.
I think they want y'all because y'all got a good record, man. I think they want that dub. They knocking off the teams with good. Because remember that we saying about this team was similar with Philly, like who they beat. Well, now they beat some people, and I think y'all people is the next people they start to beat up. Because they're gonna run down. They're gonna run down your throat, man.
Cooper Rush beat these bums last year. Hold on.
This ain't last year.
Hold on. I know it's different. But we can't talk about it different.
Was Cook playing last year? Was Cook playing last year?
Who?
Was Dalvin Cook playing last year?
I think Dalvin Cook did play.
In that game?
Yeah, I think he did.
I'd be shocked because we never really know with that guy.
Hold on.
But he's playing this game. We know that.
Yeah, I'm saying, hey, it's gonna be a good one, man. Hopefully, it's a good one. You got Kirk versus that. You know, two of the guys that couldn't get you to the promised land. Well, in terms of not being bad, but can't win it all for you. This is their Super Bowl right here. So
I think y'all, as much as you may think that they use up the juice on the Bills, I think y'all just got the chair pulled out from under you. Y'all lost the game y'all should have won this week. Y'all gonna be hurting after that. Like that's a game y'all should have won that game.
I think that game.
And you lost to a team with lesser weapons and a lesser defense.
But if you look at the overall scheme and statistic of things, we don't play good against this team. Like, we're painting the cause perspective real quick. Like, even if you're the best team in the country and you have a bad record against a team that you're playing, you still have to look into that.
No, I understand that. Yeah. Y'all notoriously are bad against the Packers.
We should have won that game. That should have been the break of the curse. So going to play Minnesota is not going to be a pretty game. But I think that I think we have the tools to be able to horse it out. I think it'll probably be a similar game to the Buffalo Vikings game. If they blow us out, that means Kirk, those chains are doing something for him. But we got to see. We got to see.
It's going to be an interesting game.
Very.
Determines a lot. It's a big game in the season.
That's true. NFC North, pretty safe to say they're 5 games up. 5 games up with 7 games left?
What's that? The biggest edge in the biggest edge division-wise in the whole NFL?
Yes, it is, sir.
Yeah. They won 7 straight.
It would have to be a colossal meltdown.
And Aaron Rodgers would have to get crazy hard, and they would have to collapse crazy in order for them.
That's not happening.
Green Bay has 11% chance to make the postseason.
I think Green Bay does beat them a second time. The second time around they play them. I do think that. But in terms of the division, I just think Minnesota has created too much of a push to lose the division.
I think they're probably going to clinch this division by week 14 or 15.
Right. You know what I'm saying? And the Lions and the Bears are just trying to revamp and have their teams in for the future. These are 2 teams to look at this division next year. But this year, they're playing their cards exactly how it's supposed to be played, man. The 2 worst teams in the league. Lions are coming, man. Shout out to my man Jeff, man. Beloved Lions fan. Loves the Lions. He's a Detroit God. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my man Jeff.
Where they coming to? Lions are coming. Like outside? Like, should I be scared? Like, they don't.
Hey, man. Hey, they creeping, man. They creeping. Dan Campbell, man. Let's go. Dan
Kneecaps.
Campbell next year.
Fighting them kneecaps.
NFC South, Tampa Bay's leading at 5-5.
This is the dawn of
This is the worst division in
I
football.
hate this division. It's so bad. And so, what kills me is that, like, don't get me wrong, he's been playing semi-solid for like most of the year, Mariota. But like, I really feel like if Atlanta had like Andy Dalton, they'd be winning this division. Or like Cooper Rush, like anybody who could literally get their weapon on the ball.
Yeah, Mariota looks bad, man.
I mean, he had I was starting to look over all his stats, and he was playing better early on, but this last week, it was a nightmare to watch him play, man. I was so frustrated. Because I had Pitts in like 2 leagues, because I'm a Gator fan, like that's my guy. And he is just wasting my guy's early career right now. It's so frustrating.
Didn't they draft a rookie quarterback?
Yeah, they drafted.
See, here's the thing. That's how when I really went to check his stats, I realized, okay, he's been kind of playing okay. It hasn't been awful as it was this week, the whole season. But honestly, I truly believe if this division wasn't so utterly terrible,
he'd been in there already.
Ritter would have been playing already. But like at this point, they're like at 4-6. We're still in it, fellas. We can't you can't put the rookie out there, because then you're telling your team and fans that you're selling for the season. So you kind of got to keep Mariota in there as long as you have a shot, just to tell people we're trying. It's a mess. I know the GM up there is like, son of a bitch. Like, he's just like, why can't like somebody take control of this division so that I could throw the rookie out there, see what we have, so that we know what we got to do in the next draft. Right now, he has no idea what they have to do. Like,
oh yeah, they're about to take. Oh, Tampa Bay about to take control of this division. Tampa Bay about to take. Well, I seen.
Yeah, Tom woke up.
I watched the possession. I watched the possession. I mean, see, I'm at the end of the day, depending on how you want to credit Seattle for their season and how they are, because Tom had a possession on Sunday that looked Patriot-like. And I sat there and I said, if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensively can be like this, along with that defense that's still a top defense, they can ride and be hot. Playoff-wise is the problem, but they can get hot as the season ends. You know
Look, man. Meanwhile, at 3-7, the Saints are 2 games out. This division is terrible. Like, I don't think anybody.
It is terrible. I just feel like the offense of Tampa Bay, finally getting around from the injuries and whatnot, this and that. I feel like Tom's gonna rewrite. He's gonna write this ship a little right, man. As the season goes, man. He filed those papers. He can deal with the life now. I mean, I don't know, her messing with a new man is gonna mess him up even more. That may be something to write, but I think Tampa Bay is going to get it together in terms of this division. They're going to make sure that nobody in the division has a chance.
Yeah, Coach, you seeing these numbers is hilarious. The postseason chance for the Tampa Bay is 91, and everyone else is like 7-2.
That's crazy.
They're one game ahead of me.
None of them supposed to win the division. None of them supposed to win the division. Like, they can brig Tampa games. Tampa can lose the next 2 games and they'll still win the division. Like, there's no way that Tampa should not win this division.
Yo, this postseason, I feel like Tuke wrote this postseason percentage down. Like I feel like he was the one who wrote this, because it's literally 91%. So it's exactly what Tuke is saying. That's funny, man.
No way.
Yeah, that's out of there, man.
Tuke hacked the site, man. I see what you're doing over there.
Yeah, man.
And
Carolina only has a loss in the division. If you look at the division standings, technically not overall standings, but Carolina may be the team to be scared of.
Yeah, by the way, is Baker dead? Like, what happened?
He's starting this week.
Okay. Not that that's like a big comeback, but I'm just saying, like,
he's only starting because the starting quarterback has an injury.
Also, by the way, we're a helmet toss away from them being just 1 game back. They won that game. They beat Atlanta, except Moore took his helmet off and blew it.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They won. They had that game in the bag. It was it. That's interesting. Yeah, you're right. Maybe Carolina.
Maybe Carolina
back
sneaks
in.
in. Sneaks
Could you-
in, man.
Could you imagine if Carolina won that division with Baker Mayfield laughing all the way to the bank?
Right.
And doing absolutely nothing.
Doing nothing. After they traded McCaffrey, traded Robbie Anderson, and they still.
And
Goodness
then
gracious.
lastly, we have AFC West with Seattle leading at 6-4, followed by San Fran at 5-4.
Yeah, this is probably the second saddest division in the league, not because of the actual records, but because of the expectations that
The
this
hype.
division
They
had.
had all
man.
the hype.
They had these numbers are also kind of funny with the percentages. Arizona's one game back from San Fran, yet San Fran's at 81% and they're at 6%. That's an interesting situation. Rams, my goodness, Rams. Like I know we were talking about it earlier, but just looking at it on the paper, that is their point differential is negative 52. They're getting stomped. Yeah, that's not good,
that's
man.
crazy.
I can't it is 2022. The year is 2022, and Seattle is the head of this league, this division, with Geno Smith as starting at quarterback, and Russell Wilson left and is at the bottom of his division. Oh no, he's second to bottom, third in his division. I don't know. It's crazy, man. So yeah, I think yes, this is Seattle's to lose. I know San Fran's stacked, but it's Jimmy G versus Geno. It's the G's.
Yeah, I don't think Seattle has Seattle is a great ride, great situation, great ride for them. Shout out on the season. Yeah, San Francisco's about to upturn this. We're not gonna get no magic from Kyler and them in Arizona. They lost Zach Ertz. They're still missing Hollywood, and it's just not the same beat that they beat on last year. Though their season ended early last year. Yeah, San Fran. Like you said, San Fran's in a position like Tampa's in at the end of the day. But they're not in first right now. But they should win the division. Seattle going to downfall. But like you said, Seattle has won so many games so far that you think to yourself like, is it hard to win 4 more? 3 or 4 more. 3 or 4 more get you in the dance. You know what I'm saying?
Here's my thing. Do I think Seattle's the better team? No, I don't. I think San Fran has the better roster. But I also think Seattle is playing, like I said, they're playing with a great formula. They're running the ball with their rookie. They're passing when they need to with Geno. And Geno can run too. And they're defending. I don't know. I mean, see, like I said, San Fran got a better roster, but do they catch him? I'm interested. I'm not sold.
They catch him. Nah, they catch him, man. The NFL know what they're doing. The NFL knew what they were doing this year. You know what I'm saying? Geno and them been riding for a bit, but what I seen in that Tampa Bay game the other day, and I seen the start of the destruction of not Geno Smith, but the Seattle Seahawks. Geno Smith will still have I feel like Geno even as a QB, you know what I'm saying, for all these years, not the best. He's Teddy Bridgewater to me. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But at the same time, Seattle will be the reason why they lose the division. Overall, as a team, they will not win this division. Seattle will not win this West. They had a good ride. Good ride, man. Enough of the story, man. We need Russ to win a couple games, man.
What I don't understand is San Fran's record as it is. Why are they? If they're gonna win this division, why are they already winning it? They should be winning it from the day one.
I mean,
they've been beat up a little bit.
I'm gonna be a hoper like everybody was last year and hope that everything falls right for them. But you're right. The injuries are the reason why that they ain't up in this division. The injuries. Every week, somebody is injured. Somebody's getting hurt. You know what I'm saying? You just have Deebo Samuel come back Sunday. That's another healthy piece of that offense. Elijah Mitchell coming back. Hopefully to help CMC.
Correct.
My concern on them side is the defense side. Defense.
Correct done for the year again. Achilles.
Yeah, man. Keep getting injured. Maybe not.
His 4th time with Achilles, man. That's not gonna heal, man. That's bad.
Nah. Be quick before he walk with a cane from them.
Yeah, you're supposed to survive one of those, maybe.
Yeah, he definitely.
Yeah,
Goff
4 of them.
makes it live the fourth time. He might be on the field back in when he's due to be. But like you said, you don't want to end up having your career, threatened by yeah. Terrible way to go.
Terrible. So let's take our last break for the night, fella.
Yes, sir.
We'll come back and look at the top 10 and give our Super Bowl picks up until this point in time. But we'll be back in about 15-20. Y'all hold tight.
Yeah.
What's up, world? Kyrie Robinson, man. New Orleans Saints veteran. Hey, man, make sure you guys go check out my guy, man, STWF, the media, man. Check them guys out. Y'all want to get sports talks with players, with fans, anything like that, man, go check them guys out, man. That's the place to be if you want to talk sports. Who that nation?
Back at it like we're mad at it, fellas. So we just last part of the night. Well, next to last part of the night, we're gonna look at the NFL power ranks, the top 10 teams.
Oh, would you look at that?
We got yeah. Did you see that?
I did. I clicked on it, and the first thing you see is hello.
All right. So surprisingly, coming in at number 10 at a 6-4 record. Previously, they were number 7.
Ooh.
We got the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah, I guess when you lose to the bum Buccaneers, you're gonna drop some spots. Yeah, they're that checks out. I'm not mad at that. I mean, 6-4 is not amazing. It's still 4 losses. So yeah, that's they belong there. I think that's safe. You already said that you think they're gonna fall off, so
yeah.
10.
Number 9 at 6-3. The New York Jets.
Now that is one back from last week where they were 8. So
right, coming off a bye week.
Oh, imagine losing a spot during a bye week. That sucks. You're not supposed to lose it. They got Wally pipped.
Are they over the? Well, they're definitely overachieving. Well, to what level do you think they go?
I think similar to the way Took feels about Seattle, I feel like this team's going to come back to earth too. The loss of the running back's going to catch up to them. I've been wearing a fresh pair of flip flops for Zach Wilson, man, because like as a rookie, I thought like he's gonna be next up, and then didn't go well, and then looks like he's gonna be bad, but then he plays good. I don't know about this kid.
He's definitely up and down. He got peaks and valleys.
Yeah,
he definitely has an organization that believes in him, and definitely play calls to what he's capable of on the field. And I mean that's a good thing right now, but it's something that you want to improve on. You don't want to get yourself into the Daniel Jones situation where you got to keep bringing in people to come help you out. Now you're on year 4, you're trying to get that contract, and you're on the verge of not getting one.
Yeah,
definitely. Number 8 coming in at 6-3. Previously, they were number 6.
Yeah.
The Baltimore Ravens.
No,
they want to buy also.
Another Wally Pip on a buy, lose your spot. What the hell? Yeah, I don't really know. I don't really like when these teams fall. They fell like 2 spots during a buy. Like that's aggressive.
Very.
And I'm trying to figure out who replaced them. Like, all right. Oh, okay, I see what happened. All right, yeah. Yeah, no, again, like
it's a big jump.
Yeah, we see. Again, if you're gonna drop a team during the bye week, 1 or 2 spots isn't too crazy. Again, actually, you know what? 2 spots for this team when you realize the injuries that they're dealing with, I think that's fair, honestly. Let them play 1 more week to show you that, you know what, we can play through that. Because if they turn around next week and they're 7-3, I mean, can they really move up after playing the Panthers? Jesus. We'll see what happens.
But the way this NFL's been going this year, you never know.
Yeah. Here's the big
Um,
game. Yeah, here's the big difference right here. It's starting to look different.
Coming in at number 7 at 6-3. Previously, they were number 5. We got the Cowboys.
So they blew their week, lost to the Packers. But they have no, you want to know why they're not? Because they're gonna have a shot right now.
Up against the Vikings.
Right. So you blew your lead, which means you out the top 5. You blew a game that you should have had, but now you got the Vikings coming up. So here's your
at home.
Oh no, at Vikings. No.
So
It says at Vikings.
yeah. My bad.
Oh yeah. So you on the road facing the Vikings. So there's your chance to you beat them. You're probably top 3. You're probably gonna jump to top 3. Never mind 5. You're gonna jump top.
Hold on.
Going to get him too.
Hold on. Now, this is killing me. I'm going to spend 30 seconds about this. First off, quick, don't be coming in here talk about Dallas stink. You know what I'm saying? Lamar stink. Not like that. Breed though.
Yeah.
We have a matchup. We have a meeting Sunday. Your Vikings. You're hoo-ha about them. Every show you've been hoo-ha, but guess what? Hoo-ha and Sunday.
Hoo-ha.
And we get you all in check.
Got you all in check.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we here Sunday. We here. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for you. What you gonna do, Bree? When the Cowboys come at you?
Ooh, yeah.
I can work with Macho Man, actually, man. Macho Man.
Hell yeah. That's crazy. Dow ass. He's a hater. That's funny though. I like it though.
Ultimate hater. Hater of the year.
He just mad all his Ravens on a
And we actually gave your Ravens kudos earlier.
Yeah, we did, right? I always have a soft spot for the Ravens, but they're not my team. So bring out the stretches for that squad. They need help. To number 6.
Number 6. You got it.
We got the New York Football Giants, previously 10 last week. So this is the biggest mover and shaker this week from what I've seen. Yeah, that's which is more this move is more about who dropped because they beat the Texans. Like it's not they beat the worst team in the league, so they didn't really change anything. It's more about everybody else who dropped out of that spot, the spots ahead of them. So, yeah, the Giants are 7-2, only 2 losses in the toughest division in the league this year. I got no problem with that at all. I could make a case that they can be top 5, but let's scroll on up and see who is in top 5. At number 5, we got the Buffalo Bills. Nobody circles the wagon like the Buffalo Bills. Interesting. They dropped one because of a loss to the Vikings. That's fair, I guess. Yeah.
But here's the thing with Buffalo, and I think they didn't do a very good job of addressing at the trade deadline. They still have no running game outside of Josh Allen.
Yeah, they don't.
And you're going to need that come playoff time.
Well, they don't believe that. That's the funniest thing. Like, it's not just that they didn't address it. They didn't address it because they don't believe that. Like, they're just like, nah, we're good. They're in complete run game denial. It's just like, nope. The tough yards, Josh will get us if he has to run.
No, they did try to make an aggressive pitch for CMC.
Did they?
Yes,
I heard
did.
that. I heard that they were. But see,
but they wanted it was too rich for them.
But here's the thing: if we're both being honest, scooping CMC, that's not really addressing the problem. Your problem is when you need to grind it out and get you 2-3 tough in between the tackle yards. That's what you are relying on Josh Allen to do. That's not CMC's game anyway.
They should have shipped Dallas first for Zeke. We'd have took it.
Boy, oh boy.
You know what's crazy? You know what the crazy thing is?
You almost lost his damn mind.
I see Zeke going. That's why I see Zeke's next destination is, if he's not with the Cowboys, is with Buffalo. So that's crazy you say that. That's crazy you say that because I can see Zeke being a Bill.
No.
Hey,
what they really should have did was made a decent yet sizable offer for Kareem Hunt. because that's exactly what they need.
Yep.
Right up the middle. He wanted out anyway. Not like Cleveland really needs him. They ride with Chubb, and if you want the change of pace run from Chubb, you about to have Watson there anyway. So you could have probably got him for a decent pick. Not even a first. It could have been a third or fourth.
There you go.
Yeah.
Why they wasn't going to get Kareem Hunt? Remember when they said Shady did something in Buffalo and you used his white big Kareem Hunt really did some stuff like that. So Buffalo was not touching him. But Buffalo should have went with somebody about Cam Akers, like somebody.
He's a
like,
head case.
You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
They didn't address it.
They didn't address it at all.
It's a sad thing. They do deserve to be at number 5. They keep falling, keep tumbling. Look at the division now. They're not even top in their division, so they deserve to be 5. The Patriots should have been ranked over them.
Can we all take a minute though? Yeah, they dropped, but we're not gonna act like they still the most talented team in this division.
I can't say that.
How?
I can't say that. You know why? Because the only thing he's done this season is beat Patrick Mahomes in the regular season. That's all we've seen.
Only?
That's all. Okay, and then hold on. And how's that win against the Rams feeling now? Figuring all the Rams disparity.
Yeah, the Rams suck. Oh,
I'm just saying. Like,
I
it's not put the glamour. It's just glamour. Yes, Josh Allen's the hype. He's the media face of the league now. You know what I'm saying? But they still ain't changed nothing. They ain't changed nothing. Nothing at all. So they don't got no running game. Stephen Diggs is gonna be Stephen Diggs.
They still had a great defense all year without Tre'Davious White being there, an all-pro.
We talk about good defenses being, being on the field too much and doing this and that. And I mean, Buffalo's a great team. Don't get twisted. But I just think overall, when it comes to the natural prize, Buffalo's already shown us 20, 30 years ago that they can't get it done. So why would I believe it now?
We're doing 30 years back? Is that
because it keeps going.
So what are the Cowboys for the last 20? Are they showing us what they are?
Cowboys my team that's different. but now Cowboys too, man. It seems like Buffalo and the Cowboys can only break the curses if they play against each other. But eventually, one of them has to do.
That's fair.
Crazy, man.
That's funny.
Crazy. If the Cowboys were the Bills, I would talk about them in the same way because it's like.
Yeah, Quan, but the Dolphins have they also don't have a real running game either. Like they scheme that running game out. They don't have a great back there. They scheme it out, and Tua's throwing the wide open. I cannot believe how open Waddle and Hill always are at all time. Like they catch balls with 10 yards of space like every play, and it's just like those are the one guys, like the two guys in the league.
Now because the rules have changed so much. The rules have changed so much in terms of how to guard a receiver that they kind of they have an advantage with those rules, being that they're fast as hell, and they're gonna get to their spot. So
it's that, but also like I watched, they have the most pre-play motion in the league, so that they always are moving somebody in the backfield, somebody from the wide receiver into the slot or from the tight end, moving them around so that they can get the defense off balance, and then they all like that's the most, and then they also run a bunch of RPO. So basically, like 80, like something like 60% of their plays, they bring somebody in motion, which already gives one of the reads something to think about. One thing to think about. Then right as they hike, then now they're giving the play action and the RPOs. They give certain guys on a play. Like they'll pick one guy, like a safety or a corner, slot corner, and they'll give him like 4 things to think about within the matter of like 2 seconds, and bam, then they just hit the spot right behind him. Whatever decision he makes is wrong. He can't be right because of everything they've given him to see. That when they broke that down, I was like, yeah, that's crazy. That the Dolphins are dangerous, but I still, if I had to pick one, I'd still pick the Bills moving forward. I just believe in them more than I believe in the Dolphins so far. I think someone's going to catch up to what the Dolphins are doing.
Number 3 at 7-2. Previously, they were number 2. Got the Kansas City Chiefs.
Oh wait, we kind of did skip the Dolphins. We were on the Bills, and then Dolphins.
Oh, my bad. My bad.
We good. So Dolphins 4, which we were just talking about. That's fine. Yeah.
Chiefs at 3.
They were at 9 though. Who they beat? They beat the Browns and then moved up from 9 to 4. That's crazy with the Dolphins.
That's suspect.
Yeah, that's you know what it is though. Again, that's the same thing. It's about who dropped because the Bills dropped out.
The Bills dropped out. Miami beat the Bills.
Yeah. So all right. So 3, like you said, Coach, is Kansas City.
Yes.
Here's where I'm feeling like I know they only beat the Jags this week, but record wise, it had to go this way. But I'd put them above the Eagles now.
I would too.
I feel like they have better wins, strength of schedule wise. I feel like we saw the Eagles get cut now. I mean, Drago can bleed.
I'm putting the Vikings and Chiefs ahead of the Eagles.
Oh, the Vikings already are.
Yes, sir, man.
But yeah, I would agree. I would put. Oh, you said you putting the Vikings and Eagles ahead of Chiefs?
I'm putting
Vikings and Chiefs ahead of the Eagles.
Okay, yeah, agreed. But I guess with the records, this is how it had to be because number 2 is Philadelphia Eagles at 8-1, previous ranked number 1, which means number 1 is the Minnesota Vikings, whose previous rank was number 3. Yeah, I mean, wait a second. That's interesting, though. So the Chiefs were number 2. Oh, wow. So the Chiefs were number 2. The Vikings were 3, and the Eagles were 1.
And they basically flip-flop the Eagles and the Vikings because of the Eagles win over Buffalo. Buffalo beat Kansas City. So that's
okay. I get that. Yeah, they slid Kansas City down. Here we go. Anyways, I would still take Kansas City, man. You got to look at he said the Eagles is this year's 2020 Steelers.
Who's the number 1 team? Who's the number 1 team?
It's the Vikings, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why this matchup's huge this week.
Yeah, we about to butter the bread, baby. I'm already buttering it, baby. I'm already pre-cooking for Sunday.
It can go 2 ways.
Taking this victory early. We beating them early.
It can go 2 ways. If they beat them, that's a shot in the arm for them.
Yeah.
Going forward. If they lose, then doubt may start creeping in their locker room.
When it all falls down.
Ain't falling down. No way, no how. I'm saying that 1,000 times. We are beating the Vikings Sunday. Number 1, my behind. We're going to find out what the Vikings really are. Yeah. Better come with some things. He better come with some things.
Can't wait for the play call sheet next week. I can't wait.
Because Get that. The NFL gods told us to give this game up to Green Bay this week. We're supposed to be undefeated against the NFC North this year. But no, we'll end up 3-1 in a comfortable spot. We're going to beat the Vikings Sunday. I'm
about to Ragnar slide up into your DMs when y'all lose this game this week. It's going to be funny.
Don't come to my DMs because I ain't answering them.
I'm posting mad Vikings memes, man. Mad of them.
Hey, we like this, man. Hey, the Cowboys, this week, they on our back, Hey, we like it.
Rightfully so. We deserve what we get this week. So with that being said,
hey, Aaron, what y'all know about that?
Yeah, that dude, mate. I can't stand that dude, but he's so damn good.
He is.
So who do y'all have?
They said he had an anti-Semitic haircut. Somebody said that online. I was in tears.
That's good. Yo, no bullshit though. On the sidelines, like when we took the helmet off, I was like, "What the fuck is that?" He had the Hail Hitler. Like, what is happening? Oh man, bro, that was bad. All right, so Super Bowl picks. Now that we did some moving and shaking, I am sold. I think it's the Chiefs. And I think I said this before, shocked the world. I think it's gonna be Chiefs Cowboys.
Really?
I do. I think the Cowboys are gonna end up they're still gonna fail in the end, but I think they're gonna do it on a grander scale this time, on a bigger stage.
Hold on. I have a question. Like, as a fan of any team, like the loser, the Super Bowl loser.
Yeah.
Is it actually praise? Like, is it praise to say you've been to a Super Bowl?
I don't know. Ask the Bills. They know better than anybody.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Because I'm just like, as a team on the Super Bowl, like, you're happy you went to the Super Bowl, and then the Super Bowl ends, and then you're on the losing end. Do you go and brag and say, well, we made the Super Bowl last year? Because I damn sure wouldn't.
I can't imagine. Like,
It
depends. It depends.
No
like,
expectation fans.
if you I look at it like this: if you get back into the contender race the next season, yeah, that's something you can talk about. You could be like, "Yo, we were in it last year. We're in it again this year. That we deserve respect." Like, but you could also be the Buffalo Bills and lose it 4 times straight, and you could never ever talk about that again.
Like in Cincinnati situation, they should have used that to build off of it. Obviously, the injury bugs hit them this year, but for them, because they haven't been in there since Boomer Esiason was quarterback in there.
Yeah, and they played roulette with
situation. Yeah, they're supposed to celebrate that.
And they played roulette with their entire O-line. So like, I don't even. Yeah.
I said I wasn't gonna say nothing, man, but I had a dream last night. A really vivid dream last night.
Uh-oh, Shaggy. That NyQuil got him going.
Yeah, I think it did. I was trying to wake myself up, but it was too vivid, man. I had a dream Dallas won the Super Bowl last night.
Oh boy,
man! Cowboys win the Super Bowl.
I can't have it. He'll never shut up. He'll never.
I'm breaking up with everybody.
I gotta say this. If and when it happens, I hope y'all ready for what's coming your way.
I'd be happy for you, Coach, if they won, but Jaquan would never shut up.
Nobody's my friend. If Cowboys win the Super Bowl, I'll have no friends.
Bro, look, we can stay in the DMs. You'll be my brother, but I'm gonna have to block you on Facebook if y'all. I can't deal with it. I can't deal with it.
I'm quitting my job, all that. Quit my job. I got money in the bank. I'm quitting my job. I'm retiring.
God. My goodness, the world could not handle.
I hope I can have a dream like that tonight too.
My man gonna have his own podcast just talking about the one Super Bowl victory for the rest of every episode. Well, today's topic is we won the Super Bowl.
Hey, take it back down to 2022 when we thought we were going to win the Super Bowl.
But yeah, no, I truly believe. I think the NFC is. There's nobody like, in my opinion, standing out. Here's what it is. I want to pick the Vikings. I think as a team, they have the complete package, except I cannot trust Kirk when the lights are bright. So I can't do it. So I actually trust Dak. I trust Dak more. Miss Cleo, so cute. Oh man. I can't trust Cousins under the lights until I see that he can win, like not just win, but the bright lights come on and it's like one of those people who has a nice smile, but then you pull a camera up in front of them and their whole face just get fucked up like that. That is who Kirk Cousins is as a quarterback. It's like if nobody looks, he's Marino. He's throwing dimes. It's perfect. It's beautiful. They're like as soon as the camera comes on, he's awful. He got that terrible smile. He looking all awkward. He throwing picks. Kirk is the white. Now it's worse than Dak. Dak's failures in prime time, not prime time, but like playoffs. That's team based. It's not really always on Dak. It's the team.
The Rams, they got gutted with the run. Packers, he got dead in with a hell of a pass from Rodgers to Cook. It ain't necessarily just because Dak didn't show up.
Dude, it'd be prime time, and as long as Kirk knows that everybody at home is watching, he looked like that dude with the tucked in shirt, man. Like that we see him on the field instead of
don't bet against me today.
Instead of the chain, it's a shocking thing to watch. It's honestly, it's like watching a train wreck. It's fun. Like you don't want anybody to be hurt, but the Vikings fans are gonna get hurt because dude can't do it. Now, if he proves it wrong, if he gets to the first round even and gets a win and looks good doing it, then maybe then I can change it up and I'll believe in the Vikings.
Is this Kirk Cousins last year on contract?
I'm not sure.
What
What are they? Kirk Cousins. What are they going to do? They have to stick with him. They don't have anybody.
Hey, I think he can get franchise all over again and make another $200 million. That's all be franchise.
stealing
right?
money.
Mm-hmm.
JJ will make it happen for the Vikes.
Kirk Cousins, he's got 3 years left on his contract.
Oh boy, they're married to that.
And damn, so this year he was an $80 million dead cap hit. Next year, $48 million dead cap hit. They can probably cut him in 2024. He's on at 12.5.
Yeah, but you can't cut him. You cut somebody when you got a better option in place. They ain't got nothing.
Right.
Is Kellen Mond still on that team? Like they ain't got nothing. Is
he even in the league still?
I have no idea. I heard his name the other day, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot about him. He was supposed to be good, and we never saw him hit the field.
Ain't that the dude that Zimmer was say he can't do nothing with him?
Yeah, and if Zimmer says you can't do anything, he's a quarterback guy. So yeah. So like I said, who else is in the NFC?
He's with the Browns.
Yeah. Oh, is he? Interesting.
Yeah.
That's a funny team to be on.
It's a teacher drag.
What did he say?
He said, "Oh, hold on." He said, "Happy as ever for the first time in years since How to Teach a Dragon came out."
They're watching House of Dragons.
Yeah.
All right, so like I'm trying to think. Yeah, like I'm looking at the top 10. Just looking at the top 10, and I'm like, so we got Seattle, Jets, Ravens. Those are all. I mean, those are AFC. Yeah, the team. I don't trust the Giants. There's no way Danny Dimes is getting you to a bowl at all. I don't care about. I don't care how good Barkley plays. It's basically the Eagles, the Vikings, and the Cowboys. These are your cream of the crop in the NFC. And
you want to put San Fran in there?
I'm putting Tampa in there. I'm putting Tampa and I'm putting San Fran in there because those are the type 2 teams right there that one of these teams that we just mentioned in the Vikings, Eagles, and the Cowboys can lose to. And that's why I put them 2 in there, not for the whole wow of it, but you're gonna need some players to play their parts in the play.
I'm not denying that. My whole thing with the Tampa team is that, again, you can't really count out Tom, but like it's not just a Tom thing. Like that whole team has issues. I don't know what they are. They're not running the ball. They're one of the worst rushing teams in the league. That's not winning football. Then you add that to the fact that now that you're not running, there's a lot more 3 and outs. Your defense is getting stressed out. They're hurt. Until I see them turn something. You're right in terms of who they are. Like they're Tom Brady and the boys. You're right in terms of that. Also, Leftwich and them, they're cooked. I don't know what's happening from a coaching.
He should have took that job he got offered.
Yeah, it was a big old bag.
Hey yo, man, and breaking news. Well, it's not breaking news because if you watch and pay attention to social media and the news, you'll know that man's running again in 2024.
Oh yeah, that's not even kind of surprising.
Hold on, they in the group rattling. Bumpy's like, yeah, figured the whole Kyrie thing's over.
Yo, Bumpy's hilarious, bro. Man. Also, shout out to hopefully his spouse getting healthy, getting back.
No doubt,
for
sure.
You was out for a week, man. You know what I'm saying?
If you know him, he has a GoFundMe page.
Yeah.
Definitely, man.
We all go at it, but we want the best for our members, man, for our team, our peoples.
No doubt, man.
So shout out. Yeah, like I said, I think that I trust ironically, I trust Dak more than Hurts and Cousins. So that's what it comes down to. Because all of them are kind of built similarly. Defenses are built to play with a lead. Run the football. I basically, in terms of quarterbacks, I trust Dak the most. In terms of coaching, I trust the Eagles the most. And I just got no trust for the Vikings. It's Kirk, bro.
But Bree gonna get you, man.
Kirk gonna Kirk, man. That's okay, Bree, but Kirk gonna Kirk, and she knows that.
You like that? You like that?
You like that? That was one of my favorite moments. He's crazy.
Who got shout outs tonight?
I got a shout out for you, man. Shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's the play call sheet. Happy that everybody came through with their plays and called them out. Now, if they executed or not, we don't know. But for damn sure, we the winners. So y'all failed. But nah, no bull crap, man. Enjoy y'all time, man. Enjoy y'all night. And we'll see you tomorrow.
Hold up. Y'all didn't pick y'all Super Bowl. Y'all had me out here hanging out the drive.
Hold on. My Super Bowl every week to say it.
Yeah, Cowboys and who, though?
Cowboys against the Cowboys. No matter who. I mean, no. Cowboys.
I got Dallas against the Chiefs.
Cowboys, Dolphins.
Oh, okay, same as me. Nice.
Cowboys,
Dolphins. Interesting. You think Tua can bring them all the way there? All right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not mad at it.
2 African American QBs.
It's gonna be fun. Let's see how they market that.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
How they market that, man? I don't know. That'd be the weirdest. Yeah. Tyreek would have like 300 receiving yards.
Kyrie and Kanye gonna be all over the place.
Yeah, man. They definitely gonna be all over the place, dog.
All right, but back to, I just want to get y'all.
Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to the brand, man. Shout out to everybody that continues to flood our comments and flood our group lines and flood everything, man. Keep flooding. Subscribe on YouTube. Subscribe to all streaming platforms. And that's all I got for them.
Shout out to the people. You know what I mean? Everybody here joining us in the chat. Appreciate y'all. Shout out to my people who showed up. Just shout out to the brand, man. Shout out to y'all. Like Coach always says, I ain't gonna steal it, but it is therapeutic to have these conversations. It's good I think it's really good for our souls, man. And shout out to Coach, man. Came through here playing the flu game. Came in here dropping 45 in the flu game.
Okay, then. I see you out here.
You.
Don't get the ball to Scotty.
Nah. He had he had Kerr. He had his shooters with him.
He's gonna send us tissues next Monday. We're gonna reroute them to you because you're actually gonna need them.
he had Kerr and Dennis Rodman here.
Actually, I read you send me a Juicy Lucy versus some tissues. That's a good burger, man.
Now you gotta be hungry. Goddamn.
Dakota Pippin.
Dakota Pippin.
Hey, shout out to you fellows, man. Appreciate everybody that hung out with us tonight. And you too, man. I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all pick your boy up tonight, man. I feel like crap.
Yeah, man. Get better, man. You got to get better. You sounded 100% better than last night, though. Oh my God, my man was Francis the Mute last night. You couldn't.
I got you on the Juicy Lucy from the 5112, man.
Hey, that's the better one, man.
You know what's funny, Coach? I signed off after we was talking. I was like, that poor man. I just gave him like 20 minutes where he was over there dying, trying to hold his head up, and I was talking his ear off. But like, I appreciate you for hearing me out, though.
We said, try to some whiskey, dog. No, turn up.
Darren whiskey, some little shot of bourbon. My uncle used to tell me, this liquor B&B. It's a brandy. Put that in the microwave for like 15, 25 seconds. Just a shot of that.
What my microwave used to call that? Hottie toddy?
Yeah, one of those.
Whiskey and the lemon.
Yep. Do whatever remedy you got going, man. Just get well, brother.
I appreciate it.
Well, definitely.
And y'all, thank y'all for hanging out with us tonight. Like I say, tonight is normally the Sports Chatter Show. But these two guys chopped it up with them. It's like, we got to do the play call sheet.
Yeah.
This is by far our funnest show that we do.
Mm-hmm.
We enjoy it. Y'all get it. Y'all get in here with us. Y'all hang out. And it's been almost 2 hours and it didn't even feel like it.
Not at all. This was smooth. We had some good conversation, a lot of sports talk. Yeah, it was good, man. I appreciate this.
But we appreciate y'all, man. Y'all holler at us tomorrow. We'll do the Sports Chatter Show tomorrow. And then we'll be back on task. But we appreciate y'all hanging out with us. Y'all have a great night. Peace out.